Welcome back to Hunchback Insomniac with Nahum and Zack, episode 7.
777 is my favorite number.
And it's a great number.
No, it's actually one of my favorite numbers.
Really?
So I'm really excited about this episode.
I feel like 7's one of those things, like when you see 777, you kind of, it's like, oh, this is nice. Got it going on today. You know what I'm saying?
Gambling.
The
casino, if you see.
The casino,
generally
if you see,
is a good thing.
That means, hey, it's happening today. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you might be on to one,
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, good Slurpees.
Chungus, whatever his name is.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah.
It's
my hat.
Monster for 7-Eleven.
Oh, quick. I'm self-conscious. My hat look ridiculous.
No, it looks pretty cool. I wish I could do a
Does it look crazy?
No. I can't do a backwards hat like that. So I'm pretty self-conscious of myself looking at you.
I was
if
just
that makes sense.
Sure.
Oh.
I don't like the hair that sticks through.
No, it looks cool.
It does?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like ash.
I feel like you have Pokemon for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah. You have Pokemon.
Thank you.
I think.
I do. I have 6. 7.
Oh, hey, got yourself there. Watch out there, buddy.
Yeah, I'll edit it out. How you doing, man? What's going on before we get really into some real good stuff?
I just had like a nonchalant, like McDonald's version, I guess you could say, esque of a interview, Wolf of Wall Street version. I don't know, like merger.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
There was like
telling me about that. Yeah,
30 people in a room, and this guy that looked like Dana White of, I don't want to. I mean, what if I get the job and he watches it and then he doesn't think I'm funny? What I'm saying. So he was a great guy.
I could see you as a salesman.
Really? You think I'd be a good salesman?
Yeah,
I make commish.
I think you could make some commish
With my comedy
commish.
Comedy commish?
It's like you could be one of those guys that walk up to the door, you knock. You want to do a mock?
Let's try it.
All right, let's do a mock.
That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
so you're gonna be the salesman.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And you're gonna come up to.
I don't know why I thought I would be in the house.
I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not getting the job.
Yeah.
I'm not a sales.
I feel like you're gonna show me how to be a proper salesman.
All right, so go ahead. I'm in my house. Oh, son of a bitch. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I just noticed you moved into the neighborhood.
No?
Because obviously you don't have any signs in your front yard, so you must have just.
No, I've been here for about I would say sweetheart. How long we been here? Yeah, no, not in the state, in the house. And not in the state, in the house.
Oh, gosh.
27 years.
So my next question is, sorry, I'm training. If you haven't noticed, I apologize. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't mention that. Mm-hmm. So you don't have any security cameras, and we'd really like to have a secure neighborhood. And I think you would be really great candidate for. Yeah. Would you like security cameras at your house, sir? You look like you need to secure the house.
You know what I would like?
You don't have any solar panels either, sir.
You got nice legs.
We don't offer legs, but we offer 0% interest and $0 down on solar panels, so you don't have to pay anything today.
Hey, sweetheart. I think I found another one. You like margaritas?
I not necessarily, but
all right. I think that you would be a good. So you went around that pretty well, dude. You did that. Pretty well.
You're a killer. What? Oh,
you did that pretty well.
Thank you.
You want to?
I've never done that before in my life.
You wanted me to show you how it's done?
I feel like you'd be a better sales guy.
Go ahead. You're the guy at your house.
Okay. Are you gonna knock, or how will I know you're here?
Ahead.
Okay.
Oh no! Yo, of course I'm gonna knock. What are you Are you watching your cameras? Are you a tweaker?
I don't have cameras.
Okay.
Hello, sir. How can I
talking
assist
through
you?
your door?
You want to come in?
You haven't opened your door. I can't.
Hold on.
Fuck, what's that? What kind of door is this?
It's a latch door. It's from the 1800s.
What kind of door? All right. Okay. You all right? Hey. Okay. All right. I'm just here to do. I'm so tired of going to these weird house houses. Hey, how you doing? Hi, I'm Nam Johnson. I'm here from blah 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 solar. I'm here to sell you some solar. So do you like the sun?
You have nice legs.
I don't know. I think you'd be all right.
I think I'll be all right.
I think you'd be pretty good.
I think I could do it.
Yeah.
I have faith. I've never done it before, but I'm willing to learn.
Yeah.
And I want to be a dog, like he said.
Terrible at acting, so I mean,
yeah. I could take some classes for that too.
He did the dog thing.
Yeah, he called us all dogs.
You're gonna be a dog.
Yeah,
Fucking dog.
He
I see
wants
dogs
dogs.
in you. I see dogs in. I see
Yeah, he
dogs in
wants-
every
yeah.
single one of you. Every single one of you.
Mhm.
When I'm in here, you know what? You know what I see right here? When I'm in here, and you know what I smell? Because I'm a dog myself. I smell other dogs. You know what? Get up. Let me smell your butts. I'm going to smell every single butt in here because I'm a dog and you're a dog. We're all dogs. We're dogs. We're dogs together. You're a dog. I'm a dog. Let me smell your butt. Let me spell your butt. And then we're going to fetch. We're going to fetch deals. We're going to fetch sales. We're going to fetch customers. We're going to fetch good vibes. That's what we're going to do. We're going to, after I smell your butt and after we do all kinds of dog things, we're going to go outside. We're going to piss on hydrants. We're going to piss on hydrants and we're going to dig holes. We're going to dig holes and look for bones and we're going to put bones in those holes. And then we're going to get sales. Does that sound like that?
How did you know, like, almost exactly what the guy was saying?
Because I trained him.
You trained Daryl Johnson?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just inherently in the name, yeah.
Oh my goodness! How did I never put it together?
You think think his name? Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yep.
Before you were even born.
Whoa.
Or
You don't
30
need
years
to-
ago
you
is
don't need
actually.
to- you don't need to tell people my age like that, but go ahead.
Oh. Before you were even born, you trained Daryl Johnson?
Honestly.
In the
yeah.
womb?
In the womb.
Oh my God.
Kind of a mental
You're
thing.
kind of a legend around those parts.
The man, the myth.
They don't even know your name anymore because you've changed it so many times.
Ledge, wait for it, end.
Ledge end. But don't walk off the ledge because you'll die.
Yeah, don't walk off the end of the ledge.
Just keep going.
If you walk off the end of the ledge, you still die a legend.
Yeah, but you have to do something incredible first.
Well, I mean, that's inherently, that's kind of like that Valhalla thing, right? Like you do something sick, you make it in Valhalla.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to die in battle and combat.
Yeah. Could you imagine if we like, if we were like Vikings and we, if we like
All the time, I
yeah,
imagine.
can you imagine? And we like stumbled upon somebody.
Oh my gosh, I've thought about this about 30 times.
And we're like, and he's like dead on the ground. We're like, is he gonna make it in Valhalla?
Is his sword in his hand?
Is that how it works? Is it? It's got to be a sword in the hand thing.
Well, how do we know? It kind of looks like he just could have died of a heart attack or something, right?
And then you just kind of
Yeah, you push the sword into his hand.
kick the sword over.
Does that count against us, though? I never thought of that. Does that count against us?
I don't think it counts against us because he's a cool guy. We can see him in Valhalla.
Oh, okay.
Now we'll still fight.
Okay.
We walk away.
Yeah.
6 hours later, dude wakes up. I have a sword in
he
my
just
hand.
wakes up. Where does this sword come from?
Oh man.
Meanwhile, there's just like a skeleton up on the cliff above,
You know,
hanging.
that guy we could
It
have
was his
saved.
sword. Yeah.
That's his sword.
Yeah.
Where did that sword come from? He actually was like running away from
Yeah.
murdering a whole village. He's like, oh no, like
Trip. fell off the ledge.
Mm-hmm. So that actually that's a great segue actually, because we were gonna talk about some symbols,
some sigils,
symbols,
runology.
Yeah. I don't know why when I say symbols, I do it in an Asian accent, but symbols. Go what those symbols. Yeah. Simba.
What is Simba symbology of the sun?
Hey,
Mufasa,
real
father,
stuff
son.
right there. That
father dies. Son is redeemed as the king. Kind of like, he's up on the. What is that? I don't know.
It's kind of like.
What is that?
Wow! I actually just
is that something?
You know the show The Chosen?
No, but I've heard about it from you.
Yeah, there's a studio that makes all the Christian stuff, and it's called Angel Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they get donations from a lot of like the churches and just like people who donate to like the Christian cause. Like, I guess that sounds weird, but like, just to try to get more like actual faith-based movies in Hollywood. They just came out with a cartoon, bro, called King of Kings. It's about some dad who like sits down to talk to his son about like being being like forgiving or something. And dude, he does like a story of Jesus, and it's like they walk through the whole story of Jesus, bro. Watch the trailer.
Cool.
When we're done with this.
Yeah.
I will be okay if you shed a tear like I did. It's kind of tear jerking, bro. It's one of those cartoons. It almost reminded me of like a Prince of Egypt, like
okay.
like new age.
Is it like, I'm not trying to sound like weird, but is it like, does it show like Passion of the Christ kind of stuff?
Oh,
like
dude, it does show them on the thing.
Oh gosh,
it's real. That's the thing about Angel Studios, man. Is it got to be real. I think that's the battle with good and evil right now. If we're gonna get a little serious, I think that's the battle with good and evil right now. Is that like being real and having the real talk and having the real conversation about things. Versus just being like, it's gonna hurt feelings, or it's gonna be a little too touchy. We're gonna have to censor it. Oh no, we can't show him on the cross. We can't show him bleeding. We can't, and kids can't know about that. And it's like, but they kind of have to. It's the world's scary, man. There's kids who are like dying right now, and in different countries just because because the kids in our country aren't subjected to that every single day, even though there is kids in our country who are subjected to that. You know how scary it is to go through like one of those things at the schools and stuff, and I don't want to get too into it, get censored, but like like the conversation we're having, but yeah, man, it's like so yeah, that movie is going to be real. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be one of those movies that kids talk about, and like it probably maybe like it'll become one of the films that like we talk about Prince of Egypt. Hopefully, it becomes something like that.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, just real quick on a side note, to play devil's advocate, quite literally, like I'm not advocating for it, but I saw it because when I was scrolling on my phone. I don't remember where I saw it, but the new season of Daredevil, apparently. I never watched the first season on Netflix. Did you ever watch it?
Daredevil?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah, I think I watched
the first season. Apparently the new season's coming out or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I'd never watched it, but they're saying that one of like the most violent things Netflix has ever fucking shown is going to be on Daredevil. I guess like Netflix has never shown anything this graphic on one of the episodes. I'm just like, whoa, dude, what would that even entail? Like, that's just in the movie. It's Daredevil, of course. So I'm like thinking, what are they going to show? It's kind of scary, dude. Like, I'm definitely not watching that.
I mean, I've seen Walking Dead, homeboy bash that dude's head.
Yeah, that was insane. When they did that, I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe that they showed that.
Yeah, when
I was like, whoa.
Bashed him in the head with a bat.
I stopped watching that show actually for like a couple years, to be honest, after Glenn died. And they showed that like that. I was like, whoa, dude, what is this show?
When his eye was all popped out.
Yeah.
One Halloween, my dad actually, we used the ceramic, or not ceramic, the, what is it called? Why can't I think of it? Latex stuff.
Oh,
we
yeah,
used the latex skin, and he made the whole eye and everything. It looked exactly like Glenn's face.
Whoa.
But sucks is I had to do this with my other eye the whole time.
That would suck.
Yeah, dude. It was not fun.
but you were probably really good at math for some reason, somehow.
I had to fake it.
Oh.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was weird. And then I saw one other thing kind of because we're not really talking about Disney, but we brought it up a little bit. Or I think I did with Mufasa. But Disney's not doing that well with their movies. They're losing all the academies and like they're not getting the best movies anymore. You know, because all these independent films are winning. It's pretty cool. I don't know.
I mean, people need to realize, like, I think, actually,
not awesome, not but even, it's just different, I guess.
Not even that people need to realize is that people are realizing that there's a thing going on with good or evil, you know, and it's gonna start happening to their whole culture of kind of exposing the worst possible things, you know, like they have taught, like, even in the comedy scene, you hear a lot of jokes about how like Disney taught like false realities to women about like relationships, and it taught false realities of men on like, you know, who you're supposed to be, and like, you know, every dude wants to be the fucking like main character of every story, and then that was like what they started with, and then they moved into even more toxicity in culture, you know, like they started with this first toxic culture, and then they moved into more toxic culture and moved into more toxic culture. They got so bad. It's like you said with Netflix and them showing like the most violent thing. I think like this year, I just read right now that somebody realized that this year started on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that means what the fuck, you know, like WTF, right? That's what this year is. It's like the most toxic shit. Like I just saw an article about all the clothes that the chicks are wearing at the Oscars and shit, dude. What the hell? It's like, it's almost like literally like, it's like a dystopian movie, bro. It's like watching a dystopian movie of just like the most like absurd culture possible.
Oh, like because the outfits are ridiculous or they're expensive?
Exposure. Just exposure. Start with like Kanye exposing his wife completely. Women walking around with their fucking breasts just out. Like, you know, I don't want to be too much of like a, you know, like manly hater or whatever, but it's even men on the other side with like the most, you know, hateful men kind of, you know, like getting, you know, the becoming famous and stuff is kind of what I'm saying. But what all I'm getting at is like, I think that this year a lot of the most craziest stuff is being exposed is all I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's been a weird year for all that. And I mean, I don't know what, huh?
Oh, I just want to correct myself real quick. Last episode I said that the end of the month they will be sacrificing the red heifers because of Passover, and I feel like a really dumb person, and I was wrong. I just misspoke. That's actually next month, April. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just April. I just wanted to say, just because we were talking about how like this is all evil. It just reminded me. I just wanted to have that said so it's on the, you know, thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I forgot to ask too, because I asked off podcast before we talked about it. They weren't like working towards like genetically modifying the cows. They were just naturally born red already, or
man, it's like straight up prophecy. So
yeah.
They were born in Texas, and when they were matured on this is what's even crazier is because it says in prophecy that they have to be matured at a certain age, and that age being 3 years. It just so happens that 3 years is 2025. And then, you know what, so we can even talk about it again. The goal is
to build the New Jerusalem. Not New Jerusalem, but the
third temple.
The third temple,
because the third temple marks the second coming of, you know, yeah. What's really interesting is that we can even talk about it again, that you, actually, sure, we should just talk about this. When you said, because it's January, February, March, April, May. You said in May there's going to be a blood moon?
This month.
Oh, in March.
Yeah, dude. And it's on it was on, what was it, Prima? Or what is the Jewish holiday? Prima.
So 13th and
14th. Yeah.
13th and 14th,
which is a Jewish holiday.
And then
which
that
is
next month is when they're gonna do all.
But that's what blood moons are and stars are known for, or not known for, but it says that in the Bible that God uses stars and the signs in the heavens as symbols.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
As in, like, and then signs to foretell things. So I don't know.
I don't know if it's okay. So I do believe, obviously, have faith, but it doesn't. I don't know if it's going to be a biblical thing that happens this year, or if it's going to be a scientific breakthrough, or if it's going to be like a cultural breakthrough or something. But like something's happening this year. What? Go ahead.
I just saw a thing today, which is I'd probably just say it's fine. It doesn't matter. But today's the 3rd of March, which is 3.
Yeah.
The 3rd, and then today, because my whatever, for anyone that cares or matters to you to hear this, I see 1:11 and 11:11 all the fucking time, like every day, all day, every day. Not just on like the timing, just like on signs and like posters and stuff like that, and other people's like shirts and stuff and like weird stuff like that, but all the time, constantly. I don't know what it is. I hope I'm not schizophrenic.
Equals 3.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is. And then today, this was just like a moment of like breath of fresh air for me. My grandpa I've always walked past it in his house, but his poster on the wall, it's Hebrews 11:1. It's faith, and then I'm trying to remember is something about your hope. I don't want to mess it up, but it was kind of beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, because that's what faith is. That says it in the Bible, Hebrew 11:1.
My grandma.
If you want to look it up really quick, it's because it felt very powerful, because it's the numbers that I see all the time, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
My grandma would always say that that's how like if you see the numbers, it means you're supposed to flip to the Bible and read the scripture.
Yeah, but it was literally scripture on the wall, so I was reading scripture on the wall, and it was my number, so I was like, whoa. But I didn't look it up, of course, because I was like, well, why would someone fake a scripture? That's kind of messed up. But
that was weird. That was really weird.
What?
I didn't read it, but I was just on Revelations 11:1. That's so weird, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'll go back and read it, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's super weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is being sure of what we hope for, being convinced of what we do not see.
Yep. That's faith.
For by it the people of old receives God. Condemnation.
It was just the beginning of that verse. First part. So I was like, okay, that was very cool.
That is.
Because that's what, faith is huge for, believers of Christ. You have to have faith.
Revelations 11:1. The fate of the 2 witnesses. Then a measuring rod like a staff was given to me, and I was told, get up and measure the temple of God and the altar and the ones who worship there. Just interesting. Yeah. So there's a lot going on right now, and
I just remembered a thing that has to do with what we were talking about.
No, I like that, having that scripture.
Yeah.
Flipping to a scripture in the Bible whenever you see those numbers, I feel like it could tell you something,
yeah. It's happened to me before. I'm not making it up. It's one of those things where you just, it's happened to me ever since I've been looking for growing my faith. And
well, if God's telling you to do it, that's God telling you to do it.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, that goes back to what we were planning on talking about in this podcast is the symbols. So God can work in the same way, with like the symbols and who like with I want to say it's not is Moses. Yeah. So when Moses was on the mountain, he made the one symbol, I believe the cross with the snake.
Oh, Caduceus staff?
Yeah, and he made that. It's like symbols like that, and then now that's being used for, the rod with the snake is being used for medicine and helping people over time and used as a symbol,
which I thought was like a evil symbol, but I just saw a video that the in health, it literally just means like medicine or something. I forget what, or like to help, or I forget what it's symbol, something like that. Yeah, it just means literally what it means is what it stands for. Yeah,
it means first aid.
Which I was like, oh, why did the one that's creepy is the one that I'm sure there's one that's like.
That's what's so interesting about it.
It's just, I think it's if you give it meaning, right? Isn't that kind of whole thing with symbols? Maybe like if you what your energy is behind it. If you're like an evil person, I guess.
Well, not just evil person. I think what it like is
using it. I don't know.
It's used for different things, right?
Yeah.
So,
it's like
people see snakes, right? And you immediately see a snake and you think it's bad, right? But snakes aren't always bad. Like there's the snake that's eating its own tail symbol,
the Ouroboros.
Yeah, and that one, it could mean anything from rebirth to being cursed to be in a never-ending circle or never-ending cycle of life, and like things like that you would imagine is bad because it's a snake, but it doesn't always mean bad if you look at it from what your perspective is. That's what's interesting about being a human, is you can kind of pick the perspective you want to see these things as. Like, for instance, I have a symbol on my arm, the trifecta, and people they could see the trifecta and they could look at it from different things, but for me it means the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, you know, the three that make one everlasting bind or whatever. So it's very interesting. Just like the very famous one that a lot of people know about is like the swastika, how that started as like a very peaceful thing. You know what I mean? And that started as like something that, you know, even if you look at Indian like bricks that are being made today. I was just sent a video from my dad. He just sent me a video of these Indians are making bricks like just last week, and they have like a swastika on them, and they're obviously not angled the same, and to them that's just something that you can't take away from them. No matter what you use that symbol for, no matter how evil that symbol would be, you can't take that away from them. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's super interesting. I think that's interesting in a lot of things, like even the upside down cross. That is such an interesting one. You know what I mean? Because when that was first used, it was used because Peter said he wasn't as worthy as Jesus to be crucified the same way he was. So he asked to be crucified upside down, which is even more painful.
Oh, Jesus. And Louise's.
Seriously.
God. Oh, my goodness.
Christ. I know.
Oh, my gosh.
And then people took that symbol and they use it for, you know, evil kind of. Yeah. It's pretty, It's interesting.
I just, real quick before I forget, and you hold your thought on that, and I'll try and remember, but I was listening to something a couple days ago or maybe a day ago, and they were talking about how like in ancient Sumeria or Mesopotamia, like one of the first like proper civilizations that they worshiped, their god was like pretty much a serpent that came out of the waters or the ocean. Wow. And that earth is the motherly or the chaos or whatever, and that like the earth or like the heavens and like the sky is like the male. But like it was just interesting that like they were saying that like the serpent comes out of the water is what one of their gods was.
You're comparing that to
Revelation. Yeah, but I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. That it's
interesting that it's just story.
It's a story that gets repeated.
So
maybe.
if you watch some of the experts that I
real quick, can I just finish?
Go ahead.
Just wanted to say that then they went on, which I don't know if I agree with it necessarily or not, but they're like saying like evolution, like we came out of the water as like serpents and amphibians and then started walking, and that's why the serpent is in every like symbology pretty much because of evolution. Yeah. But then I was like seeing another thing where it was comparing the scales to like sacred geometry, like the serpent scales, and that's kind of what they're talking about is like the math of like the scales and like that wrapped around the earth somehow. I don't know, a lot of weird stuff, but there's something there because like the zigzag is the first symbol, and then the scales of the snake is like a zigzag connected. So and then that's like sacred geometry and stuff. But
I mean,
there's
that's
scales.
very interesting. Break that down for a second. You know,
yeah, and then the serpent is like the evil, technically. You know.
Well, it's not about it being evil.
Not evil, but like I don't know. That's what it's portrayed as. If like most people are like, oh, snake is evil, you know, or like serpent bad, you know.
When you see a snake, what is it? What does it represent to you?
For me, I think, and I think I've heard this somewhere too, but me personally, it's just fear because I have like a phobia of snakes. But they're also one of my favorite animals, so
That's
I respect them.
Hold on, pause. Great answer.
Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah.
What did you just say there? Fear.
Fear, yeah.
What is fear?
Well, I know it is. It's the unknown.
Respect.
Oh, respect. Oh, that too.
What will make you not walk into a bear's cave?
Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah, fear.
Respect.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
What makes you respect your God? Fear of God.
Yeah.
Right? You hear that all the time by Christians.
Yeah.
The fear of God. Fear is another aspect of respect. So when somebody compares their God to something that is known of fear, it is almost the same as trying to say your God is a big, powerful dude that controls lightning. Right? So it's the same way as creating a God and trying to have human perspective control that religion, or like, you know, help you dictate what people do under that religion. Like, yeah, you know, a big snake god that came out of the water, and you know, nobody wants to mess with that.
The beginning of our civilization is like, I don't know.
Just like there's a snake that told Eve.
Exactly, yeah.
The snake is so if you break down
in
what
almost
literature,
all religions, there's snakes represented somehow in another form or another. They're very symbolic of like a lot of things.
All literature is broken down by these base words.
Even like our spinal cord looks like a snake.
Very true.
It's weird.
It's like like in literature, these words are like broken down by like base meanings. Like if people use these words in different like writings from like thousands and thousands of years ago, they kind of all mean the same thing. Like they really do. They break down into like almost the same thing. You know, and that's why a lot of people say that the stories that were like used in the Bible, you know, were just stories that were passed on or like retold or whatever.
That's what I believe in, honestly.
And if you believe that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I believe.
But that's not Christianity. But that's not believing in the Word of God. Because if you believe what the Word is, then the Word is what the Word is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you believe it, if you believe what it is and what the Word is, then you believe the meaning of the Word is true, not necessarily what it is. So, like the Old Testament was parables and things that were told through these like, you know, stories and meanings and different.
Is there any like, because I'm sure I've asked you this before, or we've talked about it, but like obviously on the first, I forget how oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking. Beginning of the Bible, when God created like the first day, Genesis. Yeah. I was about to say generations. I sound like an idiot. I just said it anyways, but yeah, Genesis. It doesn't really. Does it ever talk about anything? Because I haven't finished the Bible. I'm trying to skip ahead from you, but does it ever talk about like actual like dates of like how long Earth don't they say like biblically it's like 7,000 our Earth years old, 7,000 years or something biblically, or is that like made up stuff I've heard somewhere, or is it actually like 14 billion years old, the Earth, and then I don't know. Does it ever talk about that, or is that something it's like what we talked about before, where you're not supposed to know? Probably, maybe. What do you think?
It kind of goes along with like what we were saying with like the words and meanings to what those words are, right? Yeah. It does say in the Bible that a day to God could be like 1,000 years to man. What is 1,000 years to man? It's a whole century to us, right?
Yeah, it's how many people that was? Like 10 people.
1,000 years to man is a lifetimes of lifetimes. It's something that you can't over 1,000 years, time becomes irrelevant. Like the grounds are gone over 1,000 years. The things are gone over 1,000 years. You know what I mean? Like there's just remnants of things that you can never really understand what those stories are besides like the writings and the, like for instance, like in 1,000 years from now, somebody can find a piece of paper that I wrote that I put away in a very safe passage that was like, Nahum was a crusader who went around, blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, man, there's this one writing. And it would get passed on as artificial or whatever, or like fake and not, not credible. But point I'm getting at is that the meanings to those things that are in Genesis, like for instance, like God created the earth in 7 days. It's what's understandable to your brain. It's understandable to like the human mind. You know what I'm trying to say? Because really what it says is like he created the heavens and the earth, and then he created the trees and the ground and the water, and then he created man out of soil. Never did he once say he created a man out of soil and named him Adam. He said he created man and then the companions to go with man. He never once said he created Adam and Eve. Then on the 6th day, he created Adam. So what it's saying is he created humanity and then created Adam. The story of the Bible is not about humanity. It's not about you trying to understand. It's not a date of humanity. It's not them trying to understand how old the earth is or whatever. It's the story of the Hebrews. It's the story of the Jews and Jesus Christ. It's a lineage of Jesus Christ. The story of the Bible is to base around Adam, his covenant with God, and then how that genealogy runs all the way down into Jesus Christ. That's what it's about.
Oh my God.
That's all it's about.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. So people try to say like,
that's why
the Bible tries to say what, or depict all of humanity. And it's like, it's not trying to depict all of humanity at all.
Yeah.
It's
that's
just
like propaganda though, I think, right? Because that's what I thought. Not what I thought, but like that's what my mind wants to think because of what other people have raised me to think, or, like, I don't know.
You could say propaganda, but I think it's just it's
people who've never read the Bible.
Yeah, and it's him who have ears, let him hear. Yeah. You know what I mean? Him who have like he who has the wisdom, let him understand the words. If you can't understand that, then it's not about. Because a man who's holy who doesn't understand that is no different than a man who does. It doesn't make you any different because you know that the Bible is about Jerusalem and about what happened to Jesus in Jerusalem. The difference is revelation. I think that the Bible, the parables and the lessons spread worldwide. The stories are small. The ending is the universe.
That's the end game.
Yeah.
The universe.
So it's like
just like Daemon.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
So if you were a falcon-headed god,
well, that's a really good question. I like that you asked that.
If you were
that. No. If I was a god.
Yeah, if you were,
because we can mess around right now because there's one omnipotent God. That's big. That's big case God, right?
Capital G.
If I was a lowercase God.
If you were a lowercase G God.
Let's just say I had like some kind of powers and like, but I needed people to worship me or something. What would I?
Well, let me ask you this:
if I was to make a God,
what era would you be in? What kind of era lowercase G God are you? Are you like a Viking era? Are you a Egyptian era? Are you like
take a guess, dude?
I mean Greek.
I'm a Greek.
Oh, you sucker! I knew it.
Dude. You like that?
I knew it.
Yeah,
freaking.
Obviously.
All right, looking at me, what do you give me? What do you think I am?
Viking.
Obviously,
You're
yeah.
going
I'm
Norse.
like a troll or like Yeah.
You're going Norse. Oh,
yeah.
You know, so I like.
I'm like
the
a
question,
trickster or something of like the forest. Yeah, fairy. Oh. Yeah,
so,
that's a good one. That's even better because that's kind of like a even lowercase, like even lower than
lower. That's even lower than lowercase.
Yeah,
we're not even trying to play
that's
that.
That's like
game.
a Daemon.
Yeah, like a Daemon.
Matt Damon's.
Yeah, like a Matt Damon. What Matt Damon would you be?
Actually, he's going to be in the Odyssey, which is kind of a weird.
That is weird.
Thing that we're saying that. Anyways,
well, what Matt Damon would you be?
Matt Damon would I be? I think instinctually, first go at me, looking at me, I would be like a Sasquatch, but no, because I'm too little. So I'm more like, I think literally, dude, I'd be like a troll or like trickster, the people that like, like in Spyro, that little guy that has the thing and takes the egg. Yeah. And it has the egg, and you have to catch the egg. Like, I'd be like that. But like or like Dobby or something, like an elf, I'd flip my finger and disappear. Really quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have a sock.
Just always have a sock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be like a weird elf, but like bigger, like a troll elf that like has magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creepy as fuck. Really creepy. Yeah. Always carrying around jangly things. I don't know why. Yeah. But yeah, it wouldn't be fun. I would hate, I would be like, gosh, why couldn't I have been like a vampire or something cool?
The Matt Damon I would be probably downsizing.
Oh.
Probably downsizing. I love that.
Yeah.
If I could just probably him and downsizing was really good.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say Born Identity.
No, him and downsizing.
Wow.
Either him and downsizing or We Bought a Zoo.
Oh, he was in that.
Yeah, either downsizing or We Bought a Zoo.
I'm more of a Good Will Hunting Matt Damon.
Oh wow, old school.
Yeah, because literally all I shop at is Goodwills. And sometimes I look at people in there. I'm like,
you're like, I could hunt.
Why would you get that? What are you going to use that microwave for? There are so much better things I could use that microwave for.
Have you not seen the Goodwill commercial?
No. Oh my God.
Have you found what you're looking for? And you just have like a cart full of like 37 different items that you weren't looking for?
Oh.
Yeah. Did you find what you're looking for?
I can make a way better commercial. Hire Matt Damon. Do a whole thing. All right.
What's your Goodwill commercial right now?
My Goodwill commercial is?
Go ahead.
It's literally just Matt Damon on a chalkboard as a janitor at Goodwill, and he's just like, but he's really old. He's like, I've been working here, and no one knows that I can Goodwill hunt better than anyone, and I can find anything better than anyone.
Matt Damon with like a bow and arrow just walking through the aisles.
Wait, where did you find that bow and arrow? That's a rare art. That's like $1,200 on eBay. And he's like, I know. I keep finding these crazy things at I'm a Goodwill hunter.
And then he looks over and he goes, at Goodwill, you will find all kinds of things. Yeah, see, everybody donates really cool stuff at Goodwill, and you come and find what you're looking for. Come on down to Goodwill. Goodwill hunting. How you like them apples?
And then it goes over and it's like another like phase of the commercial just doesn't end, and it's a guy being like, I shopped at St. Vincent and now I can't get rid of this Daemon. And it's just Matt Damon haunting him as a ghost out of like this fucking like glass base.
Ooh. Oh, Hunty. I don't know why I said that.
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I was a mythical creature, I'm gonna be real with you right now. I'm gonna go kind of basic here, and I'm gonna go not. There's a cousin of the leprechaun, right? It's called like a. You know what? I'll put the name right here. And it's a cousin of a leprechaun, and they're kind of like a leprechaun, but they're not. They're just a little bit more mischievous. And they're a little bit more chubbier, and they just kind of they do the same things, but they bite a little bit more. Oh, and they don't. And you know what? You don't find them on the other side of a rainbow. You know what I'm saying? So they're that's probably what I would be, because they're small. They like to go into holes. That or I'm thinking something maybe like a flying creature, maybe something like a flying creature. Maybe
griffin,
like a griffin. I'm thinking a griffin. Griffin's great. Mm-hmm. Griffin would be great. Could you imagine me as a griffin?
Oh my God, you kind of look like one already.
and then I land.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I actually talk like this. I'm still a griffin, but I talk like this.
Yeah, you're really cool, Griffin. You just pull out like a cigar.
Yeah.
Start smoking it up.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigar up.
There's like two fucking fairies on my back, dude.
Whoa. Little one?
Dude.
The little Tinkerbell fairies or like
dude.
Like the big giant fairies?
Yeah,
like the ones on the fucking New York parades in February. What is that parade? Or June?
Just got some fairies on my back, dude. So last question.
Next question.
What's the next question, dude? Change it. I don't even want to be a griffin anymore.
On the other side of the rainbow, if you know what I mean.
Are those leprechauns in your pocket? You just happy to see me?
I got like 12 leprechauns.
Man, dude.
What?
I don't know, man. The world's cried. I just listened to a Elon Musk and Joe Rogan podcast, and I don't know, dude.
Was that like a new one?
Yeah, I don't know. He said Joe Rogan asked him straight up, was like, "Is there aliens?" And then Elon Musk was like, he was like, "I have the highest clearance possible." Was like, "I have access to every bit of clearance in the U.S. government. I swear there's no aliens." And then Joe's just like, "Oh, that's disappointing." And I'm like, he just fucking told you that he has the highest clearance in the fucking government, and he's just like Tony Stark. What the? How is that possible? You're like just Tony Stark?
Yeah.
He's like, he literally is just like, yeah, no, hey man, I just kind of took over because I supported Trump, and I have a lot of money. How is that? What the hell?
Just took over.
I'm not trying to be all like, first of all, man, everybody thinks that like because I have a weird issue with that like I'm a left side guy. And I'm like, I don't.
Oh, that's super funny.
It's like it's so annoying. I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. I'm like, I'm not. I'm literally not.
No stakes in any of the games. I had never even voted.
Honestly,
which is probably gonna.
You shouldn't say that to anybody.
I don't care.
No. No, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think we know what side I'm on. I think we can be honest. I think I'm on. I let's just say what hand am I holding the mic in? But I think that the fact that I don't like I don't like Elon Musk doing that shit shouldn't have any kind of like say in like what party I am or what I'm feeling politically, because it's kind of just crazy, man. He's literally Tony Stark. This dude's gonna bust out with a robot suit and straight up just be like, "Hey, this is me now." He called
robot suit.
He called Tesla or whatever or SpaceX what is it? Advanced weapons company. I thought you make rockets.
Rockets can be weapons.
That's what I'm saying. But like, when you think about it like that, you're like, oh shit, he's Tony Stark. This is how Tony Stark started. Tony Stark was a rocket
he
guy.
Is Tony Stark and
Tony
he's a good
Stark
guy.
was a rocket guy and then started. Well, that would be cool. I hope he could be a good guy. But the point is, I just think it's crazy that no one's talking about that. Like, dude, well, everybody's talking about it, but they're just being like, you deport him and like being all some weird crazy shit. I'm like, dude, who gives a shit about any of that? Let's just talk about the fact that like, if you have money, you just get access to the government like that. That's insane. What about robot suits? What were you saying?
Oh, did I get tricked by AI again? And did you see that video of the fucking AI robot getting hung up by like Texas Chainsaw Massacre style?
Whoa, where?
The video? You didn't see that video?
No. What are you talking about?
Look up AI like human like AI, first ever human like AI. You didn't see that video?
No, it's probably not real.
You don't think it's real?
No,
it looks like something Elon Musk has been working on though.
No,
but maybe it's a different company.
It's probably fake.
It looks real as fuck, dude. I'd look into it after this because that got me.
I'll look into it.
It's creepy, dude. It's literally like it looks like us, but without our face, just as a robot.
Really?
Yeah, it's creepy. And it's like hung up in like this like
that wouldn't be hard to do, right?
Oh, like create that
silicone body, dude. It's easy. People literally have full blown relationships.
I'm not saying it's hard to do. I think it's just what I'm saying. It looks weird.
No, it does.
When
look weird,
when they do it, it looks creepy.
No, I'm not really asking if you think it's hard, but like in general, people think that like that's an off thing or like that's crazy or it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, Dude, that's literally
I feel
an
like they
overnight
already
thing.
have it, right?
That's like an overnight thing, yeah.
Like that's just something where they're
Yeah, if
just
they just
waiting to
wanted
roll
to-
out. And
yeah, if they just
they're
haven't
waiting
yet
for because it's like why we don't really.
I think what they're
What's
waiting
the
for
purpose
is
for it?
for
Yeah.
people to be more okay with AI. The second people are more okay with AI, the AI sex robots, they're on the lot, bro. On the lot. Go and pick one out. Straight up Megan Fox style, like real shit. Like its mouth goes blue.
Ew, dude, is it gonna match her weird thumbs?
Dude, everything, bro. They're gonna have like every celebrity, like people are gonna start selling their face.
I can't wait to
and
get
shit,
Kanye.
dude.
What?
I'm gonna get Kanye, dude. I'm gonna get Kanye and his wife.
I just want to slap around a little bit. I'm just kidding. Yo, interrupt Tay again. Just kidding.
Oh shit! Yeah, do it again. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be a crazy time whenever the AI comes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
Not
though.
really excited about it.
I'm a little worried. Even, do you know what's worrying? Do you know what's crazy and scary to me is how like Elon Musk on that interview was like, he's like, yeah, I'm worried about AI. I'm like,
Yeah, he keeps saying that.
asshole.
He does keep saying that.
I'm like, dude, then stop.
It's money, dude. He's the richest man in the world.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm worried about AI. I'm like, because you're not worried about AI, or you're not worried about AI taking over and killing everybody because you're gonna be in Mars by the time that happens. You know what I mean? So he's not really worried about it, but he's like, oh no, I'll just he's like, I just need everybody to work on AI really, really, really like heavily right now so it can help me get to Mars, and then when I'm in Mars, you guys don't have to work on AI anymore because you're gonna be taken over by AI and you're probably gonna die.
That's probably what it would be useful, right? Because you could figure out how to survive on Mars with AI. That's kind of like the whole idea of AI is to get better technology and knowledge as a human, and like, I don't know, use it for your advantage as a human, and then you're technologically going past your biological, I don't know what it would be, your own like capabilities.
Yeah.
And then you can like actually just go up and like, because of what AI showed you through like these weird, I don't know, old like Egyptian alchemical processes, you could just live on Mars
To a point.
and like breathe up there.
So we've already kind of discovered things that help us live on Mars, and like, so they've already discovered this this little box. It's made out of like gold and a couple other things. You know, obviously I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you I am, but there's this box that can take the particles that are in the air in the atmosphere inside of Mars and turn them into oxygen. It's a very expensive process, and it takes a lot of gold. And it takes a lot of gold to make these boxes. But if they take these boxes and they put them inside of pretty much like, you know how trailers have what is it called, swamp coolers outside the windows? So imagine outside of like a dome, imagine you had these domes on Mars, and then outside of the dome was a box, like a giant box, and that had a tube sticking inside the dome. That box is constantly just absorbing the stuff that's on Mars and turning it into oxygen. They already have that. It's
what the fuck?
Already have that.
It makes me think of Anunnaki because they worship gold. The false deities, you know, like false gods, you know, in Egypt. Like they're all about gold and all that. And you know, what if they actually, dude, what if that dude, that Zachariah Sitchin guy that everyone makes fun of was actually, his visions were correct, dude?
It's not.
What if they're on Mars because of gold?
It's probably all BS. It's probably all kidding. BS. No, I get you. But my thing, I think what's really real, what I think is scary, is I think that process of turning like stuff into air and shit, I think that's been around for a long time on this earth.
Oh, okay.
And I think that what's scary is that it hasn't been talked about or started getting used until Elon started talking about Mars. Because that box thing, I think I looked into that back in like 2022, 23.
Well, he's literally connected to it through prophecy of some weird book that if that's all true, it's a fake book, but like still the fact that his name's Elon, he's obsessed with Mars.
Is it a fake book?
Not fake, but it's like a story. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's a, what is it, fictional or non? I always get those mixed up.
I was going to say, is it not a real book?
No, it's a real book. It's just like a story, like a narrative.
I was like, I've been talking about that book.
No, it's a real fucking book.
I have that book in like 5 minutes.
No, that's weird. Could you imagine relying on a dome on a different planet and like knowing, like looking up at your life source every day, like, God, I hope that just keeps getting the air through.
Oh man, that would be so scary, dude.
Hope our giant swamp cooler keeps us healthy and survives.
That's gonna be
and
the
it's
thing,
just like
dude.
running off. It's just a giant gold square up on the dome.
What kind of people do you think are gonna be the kind of people that go to Mars? Like, because that's a death mission.
I think initially it's gonna be wacky billionaires.
You're dying there.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be like the wacky billionaires that have enough money, and then eventually it's gonna be like people who are like, maybe they'll start sending like prisoners, maybe no, I don't know, but I don't think even anyone will be that. I think you'll have to pay like $20,000 or whatever it is, or however much to get.
I don't think you have to pay any money.
Yeah, I think they'll just send people.
I think your people are going to volunteer, and then they're going to.
Oh yeah, there's going to be volunteers, but I think at first it's going to be like amazing, and people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, it's been like a year and Mars is still running. Like that looks so cool up there." You can even go out on your spacesuit and like jump around and have pool parties on Mars, and then year and a half in, there's gonna be a catastrophic event. and no, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know, dude. No, dude, he said it only takes 3 months to get there and back.
Only 3 months?
That's crazy.
So he's been there before, dude.
No,
just kidding.
Yeah, but no, it's gonna be wild, man. It's going to be crazy.
I think within our lifetime, something wacky like that's going to happen.
Oh, dude, they're going to be taking off to Mars in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think when the beast system, whatever, I mean, I don't want to get like too scary, but if prophecy and like revelation happens and everything happens, I think that's going to be a part of it. Like the technology is going to see so crazy, and then like people are going to be forced to Mars is what I think. They're going to have to go up there without choice because they got the sign, and then they get sent up to Mars because that's what you signed up for. You had no idea.
Can you imagine?
And there's already a whole like place up there already set. Like
that'd be crazy.
It's already Mars has already been running for like 25 years. No one knows about it.
The mark of the beast is the mark of Mars.
Yeah. It's the red planet. Or not. No, it's not the red planet.
It is the red planet.
Yeah, that's the red planet, I was going to say.
Oh, that's weird. Let's do some research on that.
Yeah.
Because Mars is he's war. It's war. War, the fourth horseman. Dun.
Yeah.
Dun. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's call it. You want to call it?
Yeah,
I think it's good. We good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. How'd you feeling?
Yeah, I felt pretty good.
Feeling pretty good. I think we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, that was Hunchback Insomniac with Nahum and Zack, episode 7. I think it was a very good vibe. We were very calm vibe this pod. Comment down below what you want us to talk about the next pod, and what do you got planned for this week?
This week I'm just hanging out with my grandpa and getting work done for him before I hopefully get a new job and start working normally again. Kind of been slacking and doing a lot of side work, so
yeah. This pod's out on Friday, so I'm going to have a show on that Thursday. So what do I got next week? I don't think I have anything next week, but I got Stacy's on the 22nd. So I'll probably talk about that on next pod.
Shout out Stacy's.
Stacy's. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know either.
We got to get you buckied.
I gotta, it's kind of hard to get booked when you
Arizona boogers.
When you pull a freaking lighter out of your pocket. And
hey, book this guy right here, dude.
If you book me, I'll make people laugh. Potentially,
book this bad guy, dude.
I'm not a bad guy.
Look at him. Look at his face.
Yeah, I'll pull out my Zippo lighter for my Grandpa Dan, and I'll just. There's no Zippo lighter fluid in it, so it's a harmless joke.
All right. Have a good one. Like, subscribe, and comment below if you want me to beat his fucking ass. All right,